So today we will learn about the HTML. So HTML is first started with the doc type HTML tag. This is to tell that this is an HTML document. After that we will use HTML tag, right? Every HTML, all the HTML code is written in this HTML tag, right? So in this HTML tag we will first write a head section. Head section can contains like the title of your document, HTML document. We'll just create a title here. Okay, I will just write your page title here. Okay, so to run this HTML there are multiple ways. One of the ways to just drag this file HTML, first drop it into your Google Chrome, right? So here in this address our HTML file will run. We'll just copy this address and we'll paste here. So here our title is sorry for the interruptions. Let me just set it to the right. Okay, so let's go now. Okay, so the body, first we will use the HTML tags which are used on the text, like the headings, right? So the first most common is h1 tag. It is the biggest heading in h1 in the heading tag section, right? If I refresh this, we will see we have a heading h1. Now if we want to load the size of heading, we can use h2 HTML tag. I have written heading h2. So if I again refresh, so there is heading h2. Heading h1 is bigger, h2 is smaller than h1. Now if I write h3, so here I have written h3 and its heading is now h3, right? So it's even smaller than h2. Okay, so now if you see, I have to again refresh this page after every change. Like if I written here something else like title, right? If I have to refresh this, right? So to fix that, if you're solely working on HTML, you can install an extension called Live Server. This is like I have already installed the Live Server here. So you can actually go to your status bar and click on Go Live. Okay, so it has started the server on the 5500 port. So if I just now again change the heading, it is changing in the real time, right? so I do not have to again refresh. So I will close this. The browser tab in which I have used the address of the our HTML file. So now I will use only this live server HTML file in the browser, right? So in the headings there are more HTML tags, right? H4 is smaller, and then H5 is even smaller. So the last is H5, it is up to H6, right? H1 to H6. So here is H6, right? So we have our heading. So sorry, I do not have to refresh the page, it will automatically refresh. So in the text we have covered the headings, right? So now we will cover the paragraph, right? So we'll just write here that these are headings, right? Now there is also a paragraph tag, paragraph HTML tag. So I will just write here that this is a paragraph, right? So now for paragraph we will use the p tag, the p HTML tag. So I'll write this is a paragraph tag. So okay, I have written, you can also write capital P or small p, but mostly we use smaller HTML tags by convention. Sorry for that. So after that, I have written paragraph tag. So there is another tag called break if we want a space between some HTML tags. So here I want a space between headings and paragraph, so I can write br tag. So you can see it has filled the space, or it has put a break line here after the heading, right? So if you are using the HTML tags like this, you do not have to even use the forward slash. You can simply use br and it will still work, right? So it will be supported by all the previous HTML versions like HTML 1, 2, 3 and 5 also. So here I'm using the HTML5. This is the latest HTML version. So after that, again let's put a br tag break, and now we are going to use the link tag, or we can say the anchor tag, which is used to go to another page. So it will be like clickable. On clicking on this text in the anchor tag, we can go to some another page. So anchor tag is written by A, sorry, again this is capital A, okay, small a. So for example, just for now I want to go to Wikipedia. On the click of, there is another address. Yes, this is a simple address, wikipedia.org. We'll copy this. Okay, so in the anchor tag I will write href, and I will paste this Wikipedia address inside anchor tag. You can see nothing is written here inside the link, so you can actually write wiki for just demonstration purpose, Wikipedia link, right? So here we have a Wikipedia link. So if you click on this link, it will go to Wikipedia, right? Again, if I click on this link, it's going to Wikipedia page. So that's the purpose of anchor tag. So now again, just write a break after the link. So now I want to use strong text, or in HTML, if you want to just write a bold text, you can use strong HTML tag here. This is strong HTML tag. I will write just strong text, right? So for strong, we can write strong, simply strong HTML tag. So I can just write this is a strong / bold text. You can see this is a bolder text. So if you see, headings are also in the bold, right? But they have some fixed size. Okay, you have to then again change them according to CS. Paragraph is not bold by default, right? So this strong tag is always bold. This is specifically for making the text bold, right? So also, if you want to italicize the text, there is another HTML tag for that. So actually that is called the emphasize tag. So we just want to emphasize a text, so its HTML tag is em, or now I can write this is to emphasize or size text, right? I think there is some another spelling for this, right? So what it does is it will make your text just italicized, right? So these are the HTML tags for text specifically, right? First we have the headings, right? In headings we have the biggest is h1, then after that h2 is smaller than h1, then h3 is even smaller. Then if you go further down, it will keep becoming smaller and smaller. So h6 is the smallest of them. There is no h7 or h8 after that, so there's only h1 to h6. After that I have used break tag to just make a space after this, or we actually call this breakline HTML tag. So after that, I've used a paragraph. So paragraphs is when to simply write a paragraph after a heading or after a title, right? So this is a paragraph written with simply p tag. So again I put a break. So after that there is a link HTML tag. Link is written by a anchor tag, or we also call it an anchor tag. So there is a href attribute inside which you will write a address of a web page or website. So here I have given it a Wikipedia address, and the text is Wikipedia link. So text will be shown here. If you hover over here, there is a green bar on the left hand side. It will show what address is this, so you can just see what is in this link before clicking this. So if I click on this, we will go to Wikipedia page. So that is the purpose of link. So after that, that is a strong text to actually make our text bolder, right? So its HTML tag is strong. So you will write a text inside it, it will become bold. So after that, if you want to italicize text, there is a EM HTML tag. This is to emphasize or italicize text. This is EM, right? So that is about the text HTML tags. So now we will cover the image HTML tag. Okay, for that I have already put a image in this folder. So what I will do, I will show this image on this page, right? So for that I will create a image.html. I am making another file that I don't just clutter everything here. Okay, so I will copy this, the HTML snippet here. I will close this body tag, close this HTML tag, right? So I will select it. For again I will create more files, so I will just create a basic.html file. I will paste the code here, close it, and inside this body tag, now I will write the image tag. Okay, this is taking the space. For now I will just hide the status bar and hide the activity bar. Okay, so we are in the image.html, right? So here I'll write image.html. okay, so we are in this HTML file. Okay, just write here the image. Image tag is written by img. Right, so there is a src attribute. In this attribute we will actually provide the address of the image in our folder that we want to show. So in this case, the image is in the same folder of this image.html. We want to show this html.png. So I will write its relative address inside src. It's in the same folder, so /, html.png. So you can see it has shown the HTML image, right? So this is a very simple and basic usage of image tag. Alternatively, you can use a alternative text description for the image. So I will just write HTML5 image, right? So this is all about image tag. Okay, so now we'll close this image tag. After that, there are HTML tags for lists. Again, I will create a new HTML file called lists.html. Again, I will copy the basic HTML code snippet, paste it here. Now in this HTML, I will use the list HTML tags, right? Okay, so here I will just write list. I think there's a lists. Yes, it's lists. So there is unordered list and there is ordered list. Unordered list when we do not have an order of our list items, and when we have an order, specific order of our list items, we will use ordered list. So first I will use unordered list. So unordered list is written by UL, or I can say unordered, right? So to actually add the items in a list tag, we will again use another HTML tag li. So it will, for now it will has created a dot. So unordered lists are written as a dot in the HTML. So just write the fruit names here, because there can be any order for the fruits. We don't need to worry about that. Just write some more fruit names: banana and papaya. Okay, so we have an unordered list. We have first written the UL tag, then inside li tags, inside li we have written the fruit names. They can be in any order, so this is okay. So after that there is ordered list, right? So an order list is written by OL tag. OL tag, that means ordered list. So if you write, again we have to write the li inside it. If you write li, it will just first write the number. So that means there are some orders in which we are rewriting the items, right? So we will just write a schedule, like have a breakfast. Even then we have to wake up early wake up at 7 a.m., then have a breakfast, and then start work. After working in the evening, we can do some exercise, right? So that's it. Because this has a particular order, like first we will wake up at 7 a.m., then we will have a breakfast, then we will start our work. After that, in the evening, we will just do some exercise and put up some weight, right? So that's in the OL order list, right? That's all about the unordered and ordered list. Again, unordered list is without any order. It will be shown in the dots. First you have to write the UL tag. Inside this UL tag we can write li tags. Li tags, like you can write items in any order you want. That doesn't matter in the unordered list. After that there is a ordered list, so it's written with OL HTML tag. In this HTML tag we have li HTML tag. First we have the items in this ordered lists are by like particular order, so in which you want to do some work or you want to sort some items. So here I have just put a schedule here, like wake up at 7, breakfast, then work, then exercise, right? So that's all about lists. Okay, right. So after lists there is another HTML tag, form. So we will now cover HTML forms, right? So again I will write here the form. Okay, it is saying your reload is not possible without a head or body tag. Okay, so I will just copy the our HTML, basic HTML code snippet. I will paste it here, close this list HTML inside this. So just also change this title. Okay, this form is written here. Wait a minute, what happened? Wait a minute, something is happened. Alright, so we have a form HTML now. So in this form we will start writing the form. We will start creating a form. Just write the form here so we can know we are making a form. Just write a form sample. What it is asking for sample. Okay, so we have a form sample, right? So in the form we are HTML form is written by form HTML tag. Everything you will write in a form is written inside this form tag. So it is mostly used for user registration. So here I will write user registration user registration, right? Let's make it a little bit smaller. H4. Okay, right. Write H5. User registration. All right. So inside our form, we will now cover some of the more HTML tags. So first, I'll write the HTML label tag. So label tag is when I will cover one more HTML tag. Label tag is mostly used with input tag. Input tag is when we want to enter some text, right? Or it can be a button or so much more. So we will cover that later, right? So for now, inside this form, first for user registration, we will want the username to enter his username, right? Okay, so actually there is a convention that in the form label and inputs are connected with each other. Every the field of label and input are binded together. For that, we'll use a for attribute. I will just write username. So to connect it with input, I will write id username, right? So now if I click on this, it is focused on this, right? So that means they are connected now. So by default input is just text, or you can specifically write the type. There's so many types of input like button, checkbox, color, date. We'll cover that later. So I will type of text, right? So after that, we can again write another label for password. I can write password. On the for attribute, I'll write password. Okay, so there is one problem that this password is just coming beside this username and its text. I want this password to below this username. So for that, I will write a br tag after this username, label and input. So now it will come below this username. So for password, I have written the label for it. Now I will write the input. Its ID is again password because I want to connect the label, this label with this input. So its attribute is for. What we write in this, we will write in this ID. So they will connect with each other. All right. So now I will write again. We can write the type text. Okay. So if you want more space, you can put more br tags. It will just make a gap between username and password, and this is looking pretty good, right? So we have a label for username and password, and also input tags for that. So again, I will copy this br tags and paste it just below the our password label and input. So for form, um, we also need a button so that whatever user has entered their names, like user has entered John and some password, right? It will be submitted. So we have to write a submit button. I made a little mistake. This is not a password. I have to write a type password. Okay. So again, now if you write John, now you cannot just read what is being written. So it is the password type. So that is the feature of input HTML tag. It has so many types, different data types. We will cover that later or in some another video, right? So now in the form, I will create the submit input tag. I will write input and I'll write its type submit. So you can see it's a button. This input has become a button. So this will act like a submit for this form. One thing you have to take care is that you have to write this input submit inside your form HTML tag. Otherwise it will not submit your user data. So for now, just write its value as registration. So value will be actually the text here, the text in this button. So I have given it a registration name. Its type is submit. So again, if I write some name, Jack, and some password, and then registration, it has submitted the password. Even this password icon is showing in the Chrome to save your password. Okay, so here you can see save password, username, password. You can see the password. So that is the feature of the browser. It has some very good features, default features for the HTML document. All right, so this is our sample form in the HTML. So after that, we will cover the table HTML form. I can write table HTML. So again, I will copy this. Where was that? The basic HTML tag. Copy in this table. Now inside this body tag, I will write the table HTML. So again, in this browser address, I will write table. So again, I will just hide the sidebar. So now I just start making a table, right? Table. So HTML tag for table is simply table. Everything you will write inside for the table will be written inside this table HTML tag, right? So on the top of table, there is a HTML tag specifically for table head. So in this table head, you will write about the headings of your table. So even before that, in table head, you have to write tr, or we can say table row. This is to create the rows for the table. Inside this table row, we will create table headings. For that, we'll use th HTML tag table headings, right? So in this table heading, just write first write suppose ID, right? It's again popping up. Okay, we will create another table heading. We will call it name. So we are just creating a table for like ID, names, or addresses, cities of the people, right? So after table head, there is another HTML tag that is table body, tbody, right? So tbody is actually the actual data of the table we want to enter. These are just the headings, right? So to enter the actual data, we will write the table body or tbody HTML tag. Inside this tag, again we will start making the rows, the table rows with tr. Inside this tr, we will use another HTML tag td, or the table data. Okay, so first just write ID of 101. Okay, also inside ID we have 101 first ID, right? So again we will write td. Inside this we will write a name like John. Okay, it will come below this name table header, right? John, and 101 will come below ID. Okay, so I will create another table row. We will create the table data items inside it. Now I'll write 102. Okay, 102 is written just below 101. Okay, so again I'll write another name like Sonia. Okay, so after John we have a record for Sonia. Okay, so for now we are let's expand our table more. Now I want to enter the more fields like the city of our user, and after that I want to write their phone number or phone. Okay, you can actually keep adding the headers or the data inside the table, so that's not an issue in that. So as I have entered more headings, I have to also add the data for these records. For 101 John, I will write it. Its city is LA. The city of John is LA. So after that, let's just put a random digits. Let's suppose it's the phone number of this person John, right? So you can see that according to our data entered, it is taking more and more space. The data items of table is taking more space. Now phone has taken little bit more space than city name and ID, right? So now again write the data items for Sonia. Let's say their city is Washington DC, right? So let's say their phone number is, just put the random digits again. Let's suppose this is their phone number, right? So we have created our really basic table, and you can even make more records after that, right? Like inside table row, I can just keep on adding more and more records, like 103 and more person. What will be its name? Let's name it Peter Parker. So the city of Spidey is Manhattan, right? So we have to also enter the name of Spider-Man. So what it will be, just put the random digit. Okay, so we have entered our third record. Again I can enter some more record, 104. And now what I will enter, just enter the name Mac. Just enter some longer name. You will see name field will become even more bigger. Right, it has become the bigger. Okay, so let their city will be California, right? So again put the random digit of their phone number. So our table is almost completed. We have headings, ID, name, city, and phone. And after that, we have put the records here, like ID of 101, 102, 103, 104, and then names like John, Sonia, Peter Parker, Samuel, Mac. After that, their cities like LA, Washington, DC, Manhattan, California. Then after that, their phone numbers, right? So to just again explain it, I will just change it to table, right? Just take care to also change your title again. This title is now changed. So again, if I have to explain, table is created inside HTML table tag. Okay, so we have written everything, every code for HTML of table is written inside this table HTML tag. So after that, there is t head or table heading. Every heading, like this is the heading. This is written inside t head. So first you have to write t row. After that, you have to write t h or table headings. First I will write ID, name, city, phone, and they will be headings. They will be in the bold by default to show that they are headings. So after that, everything you will write in the records is in the t body or table body. So every record for ID, name, city, phone will be inside t body. So to start entering the data, first you have to write the table row or the tr tag. Inside the tr tag, you will first enter the record for first heading, then you enter td, that will be for the second record. The third td in the tr will be for the third heading, like the city, and the fourth data or table data will be for the fourth record. So you can even add some start adding more headings like gender, so you can just keep on adding these records. There will be no problem in that. Okay, right. So after the first record in tr, we have to make another tr, like another row, right? This is a second row, this is a second tr. So again we have to keep on adding the data items using td html tag. So third record will be with the third tr. So again we have written the record for Peter Parker, Spider-Man. So after that, the last record is of the Samuel Mac. So this is in the last tr html tag. So they are all in the t body. I have closed the t body. After that I have closed the table html tag. So always take care to close the html tags as you write your html. So that was all about these html tags. So these are the very basic html tags I have covered, right? So if I again just go through these html tags, first we had the tags for html text, right? So first was the headings from h1 to h2. H1 is the biggest, h6 is the smallest, like you can see here. After that we have the paragraph tag written with p, right? This is a paragraph. Headings are bold by default, but paragraphs are not. Okay, these are mostly written after their title. So after that there is a link tag. It is written with a, or also called the anchor tag. So first you will write the href attribute, the address of the website where you want to go. Like I have entered the Wikipedia address and it will go to Wikipedia page, right? I have also used the br tags or breakline tags to make a space or add the space between these HTML tags, right? So if you want to enter the bold text, you have to write the strong tag. It will make your HTML text the bold. After that, if you want to italicize your text, you can use the emphasize HTML tag or EM. All right. So these are the HTML tags for text specifically. So after that, let me just make it a little bit smaller so that it will be visible properly. So after that, there is a HTML tag for image. So for image is written simply by img HTML tag. First in the src, you have to write the address of your image. So here the HTML image is in the same folder. So I have used it with the /html5.png. So the image is displayed on the web page, right? Or you can use the alternative text. I have written make it HTML5 image, right? So that is the image. So after that, there are HTML tags for lists. I will change it, lists. First there's unordered list, when you do not have a specific order for your list, they will be shown by dots inside web page by default. So for example, here I have written the fruit names. Unordered list is written by ul HTML tag. Then we have to write li HTML tags inside them. I have written the fruit names. They have no specific name, so I've just written as it. So after that, there is ordered list. So an ordered list is when we have a specific order or you want to sort some items. So it is written by ol HTML tag. Again, li tags are written inside ol. Then you can write the ordered list or the ordered items. Here I have just written a schedule. This is in the order. Like first we have to wake up, then we have to have a breakfast, then we have to start work, then we'll do some exercise in the evening. So that's why it's in the unordered list. So foods are in the unordered list. So ordered and unordered are covered. So after that, there is the HTML tag for forms. It is not the forms, it's form. Okay, so form is mostly for the user registration, or you want to enter some another details. So like in payment apps, you have to add the credit card details of the user. So here I have made a very basic example of form, right? So in user registration, there is username and the password of user. Form is always written inside the form HTML tag. Then after that, you have to write a label, and the label is always written with input HTML tag. Okay, so every label and input for a particular field, like here in the username, are connected. To connect them, first in the label you have to write a for attribute. You can give it any name, like I have given it a username. So in the input you have to write the ID. Its ID should be same as this label you want to connect with, right? So you have to write the text of input. I have written the text of type text, so because I want to just write the text inside this, right? So suppose if you do not write this ID, I will show you. If you click on this, here I have written the ID, they are connected. If I click on simply password, it will become activated, or the focus will be on this password field. But I click on this, the focus is not coming on this input text item. So that's why we're using ID and for. If I click on this, their focus is going to this input text, right? So after that, I have used br. If I do not use br, they are come after this username. Password is coming after username, so they are in the same line. I do not want to be in the same line. Okay, so if I use single br, they are just touching each other. I don't want that. That's why I've used two br or break line HTML tags. So after that, same process is repeated for password, label, and input. I have connected with password. For attribute is written as a password, and again ID is written password. So I will give it a label, the name of password, and its type is now password, because if I do not give a password type here, it will just show the password. So suppose anyone is sitting beside you, he can or she can see your password, so that will not be a good thing. So again, I have used two br or br break tags to again fill the space. After that, finally, we have to use a submit, input submit. So this is to enter the details and just send it to the server, send the user details to the server, right? So that's why we will use the type submit of input, and I have given it a name with registration. Okay, right? So anything I written here, if I click on registration, it is actually like filled and they have sent it to server, but I have not just written anything. Just this is a simple form. Okay, so again, because I have used this password HTML tag, this option in the Chrome has come to save your password. Username is this, password is this. We can actually save this inside our Chrome. So that's another great feature of the forms, right? So finally, there is a table HTML tag. So table is written by HTML table tag, right? So first we have a table head. So every table heading will come inside this. This is first we have to write tr. First row will be of headings. Then we will write table headings like ID, name, city, phone, gender, right? After that, we will write table body. All the records will come inside table body, all these records. So first we will start with the first row the table row, and after that td table data. First data will be this 101, then after that this John, this will come here under the second heading, then LA, this will come under LA city, then another record of TD, this will come under phone. All right, so again in the second record I have to again put a table row, write more table row. So now it will be inside this TD102, then the username Sonia, and then their city Washington DC, then their phone number. So this is the second record. So we'll repeat the same process with the third record, like we have written 103 Peter Parker, Manhattan, their phone number, and then finally the fourth record is also inside table row, and again we will just repeat, write the TD inside the table data. So that's all about this table rows. You have to just write below each other, right? So I have also entered another field, gender. So just start putting more data. Their gender is male, right? So here the male is written Sonia, the gender is female. Peter Parker, again gender is male. So here Samuel Mac, the gender is again male, right? So like you have seen, you have entered another field like gender and put the records here. So after you have set up the table, filling up the records is very breeze, or you can see very easy, right? So that's all about the HTML tags. All right, so thank you for watching, and we will meet in the next live stream.